poppin', you beautiful humans? My name is Ariane Andrew.
I'm Matt Dillon, and welcome to another piping hot episode of Sippin' the Tea.
Where we sip the tea and our guests
Spill that tea and sing. Good job, man.
Cheers.
Yes. What's up, Miss Mama's back in the building?
We have a little glitty glit over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to sparkle. Honey, we got the master jeweler of all masters. Pascal Mouawad, my friend, my man. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
What is going on?
What is not going on is the question.
A lot's going on. So ask me.
Ooh, so we have a lot of tea for you to spill. Okay, so let's take it back. You are 4 generations of being in the jewelry business. Walk us through that. Did you feel like you had to carry this legacy? How does it feel to make a legacy? Just walk us through the journey.
So it's a beautiful journey. I was born in a family that started the business back in 1890. So my great-grandfather started the business,
Wow.
David. He actually is from Lebanon and decided to come to the US and Mexico to become a watchmaker. He became a watchmaker, learned the crafts of watchmaking, and made his way back to his home country. My grandfather, Fayez, decided to leave then his home country and venture out to new territories. At that time, Saudi Arabia was booming. It was the oil era. And so he made his way on a boat, arrived there, and became jeweler to the king and queen. And
Oh,
Let's
wow.
go straight to the top, huh?
straight up.
Not the bottom, but like we're going right up.
So he was the only foreigner granted privileges to operate in that country and got very close to the royal family, became the jeweler to the royal family. And then my father, Robert, back about 60 years ago, wanted to go to medical school in Paris. And he started his medical studies, but then his family, about a year and a half later into his schooling, said, Robert, you really need to go back and help your father. This is a family business. Your father's aging. So Robert decided to leave medical school and went back to his father's business, started as a salesman behind the counter, and gradually over time took over the family business and really grew it into a multinational.
Yeah.
So when he was involved, it was a 2-store operation. He moved into a multinational, took it to 12 countries, and really grew the company to what it is today.
And you guys, you took over technically 2010, correct?
Correct. So
Yeah.
my brothers and I never thought we would be running the business until probably, God give him a long life, my father passed away. But being a visionary, we're very blessed and very lucky. He decided in 2010 to hand over the reins of the company and the ownership to his children. So we took over the business in 2010. And the last, now 10 years, we're 10 years into it, have taken all the necessary steps to take it to the next level. So we've done a lot from a marketing perspective, from expanding to different horizons and building the business to where it's at today.
Yeah, you've literally taken like the stone and cement legacy and like kind of blitzed it right up. It's gone from like, it's amazing to look at your journey and to look at, I'm sure, the legacy and your father, grandfather, the whole lineage would be so impressed with where you guys have taken it, leading up to one of, when I look at it, I was like, honey, Victoria's Secret. We cannot have you sit here and talk $11 million bra because and Miss Klum. Hello, Heidi.
Hey, girl.
Tell us about the genesis of that.
So it's actually a great story. In 2000, Victoria's Secret had their fashion show in Cannes for the film festival. And at that time, we happened to be there. We were sponsoring an event for Amphar. And during that period of time, we hosted a big party for Amphar on our yacht, our family yacht. And we were lucky to have at that time all the Victoria's Secret models come on the yacht. We got to meet them. I got to meet their management team. And that was really my first interaction with Victoria's Secret. After the show, about a week later, I happened to be in Paris. At the time, we owned Hotel de Vendôme. And the senior marketing officer, Ed Razik, and Monica Mitro, who's head of PR, were happened to be staying at our hotel. And we came across.
Well, silver lining.
We came across the lobby, and they're like, "Wait a minute, we see your picture pretty much everywhere in this hotel. Why is that?" And I'm like, "Well, actually, we own it." And the very next day, I invited them for lunch. We had this beautiful lunch together. And I told them, I would love to work with you guys. And they told me, but you guys are very aspirational. You're really for the elite. We're for the masses. We don't really see a connection between the two companies.
Yeah.
So you know, you never know what could come out of this relationship and collaboration, possible collaboration. And sure enough, about a month later, Monica gives me a call. She's like, I have a great idea. We have the fantasy bra. And you know, you could be the designer of the fantasy bra. We could work together on this particular project. And I'm like, I love it. So the first model that wore the bra was Heidi Klum, speaking of
Sick.
which.
Wow.
Sick.
Right?
And so in that year, we did this beautiful bra. Heidi Klum wore it. It was valued at $12 million, had a 100-carat diamond sitting in the center of the bra. And that really started the whole collaboration. And so ever since, we've done 12 bras for Victoria's Secret from year 2000 to 2018. So we're the only jewelers that have worked with them for that many years. And they've ranged from $2 million up to $12 million. One of them got the Guinness World Record for the most expensive bra in the world. So that collaboration has been phenomenal. It's been really great for both companies. It's, of course, very glamorous.
Huge.
And so we're very happy to be associated with them. They're happy to be associated with us. And we've been dressing their models on the runway since 2000, every single year, anywhere between $20 to $30 million of diamonds draped on those girls. So.
Hello.
Ooh,
Wait. I'm feeling bare.
I'm like-
feeling bare. Where's the?
I'm like, ooh.
That's the ultimate collaborative story, though. It's like the universes came together, that the right timing, the right place, and the right vision. Because I always think that Victoria's Secret is like very visionary in what they do. It's like
They're major.
that moment with that runway is so special and unique, like anything else. And it's so nice to see two visionaries come together to do, you know, year after year. It's kudos to you, brother.
Right?
Thank you.
That's good. Thinking outside the box.
Right? Do you think now that's kind of what's made you guys' companies so much different than other jewelers? Because, you know, it's like with any competition, everyone's competing. Do you think that that's what set you apart, or do you think that it goes beyond working with Victoria's Secret?
Well, firstly, our company is fully vertically integrated, and this means that we source the rough diamonds from the mines. We're De Beers site holders, so we typically buy the rough from the mines or from tenders. We cut the rough into polished. We then design in our studio. We then prototype in our studios as well. We manufacture in our factory, and then we bring it to our store. So we capture the entire value chain, and that makes us a very unique company. And it allows us to control the entire process. It allows us to give very competitive pricing. And our company specializes in the extraordinary. As a matter of fact, our tagline is called Crafting the Extraordinary. So our pieces are
Just like
very
this one.
exquisite.
Exquisite.
Yes, of course.
Oh, well, thank you.
I was like, where's my hello? Pay it forward.
I'm done.
Continue.
No, so essentially, the extraordinary is what we specialize in. And not a lot of companies have the ability to source, ability to manufacture these very exceptional pieces, just because we have clients that buy them. We sell to royalty around the world. We sell to the ultra high net worth individuals. And that's what really differentiates us from the rest of the companies. Our stones are very unique. We recently launched the Mouawad Dragon, the largest vivid yellow diamond in the world that's round. We also have the Dynasty diamond that we're about to put up on social media. So we do a lot of exceptional pieces, and that's really what differentiates us with the rest of the companies. And Victoria's Secret, of course, is a collaboration that no one else has done. We recently signed a deal with Miss Universe. We're going to be the official crown sponsors for Miss Universe. So the Miss Universes going forward will have beautiful Mouawad crowns on their heads,
Amazing.
which is going to be also something I think that will set us apart from other companies. And we are also known for bespoke pieces. So anyone that comes to us and wants something very special, very particular, we are the right company to do so.
Thinking on the creative side of
Yeah.
the mind.
Yeah.
Is it, when you think about it, how much of the collaborative process of, you know, doing this with family is everybody an out of the box thinker? Because it's like you're taking something that's already people are fascinated with and like really elevating it to a level that's so aspirational that the 1% can have, and everybody's just like amazed and wow. How involved are you in that kind of, how are we going to push this further in terms of the marketing and the branding, and in terms of like the markets you look at? So you like, the U.S., Middle East. How involved are you on the day-to-day of that growth in terms of the branding and what have you?
So my brothers and I have the title of core guardians. We're the gatekeepers of the brand. We're the fourth generation, and our job is to continue the legacy into future generations, the fifth generation. I'm currently not married, but my brothers are married, so they have children. So we're grooming their children to become the fifth generation. And that's what really, we focus on. So that being said, we also have a management team in place that runs the day-to-day operation. The very simple reason is that we put family first, and we don't differentiate between the two. So family is most important, and I don't want to be pointing fingers at my brother, my other brother, and vice versa. And as a result, the professional management team runs the day-to-day. However, that being said, we set the vision of the company, we set the strategy. So we're very involved in setting the strategy and where we want to be and where we want to go as a company. In the interim, there's a management team, professional team that runs a day-to-day operation under the guidance of the core guardians who lead and guide the team to move forward.
I love that because you're guiding with a little bit of heart, right?
Yeah, I mean, and period, you guys are just making so many legacies and so many histories. And I mean, I feel like that's just so like inspiring. You guys have had, what is it, like five Guinness
World Records. Correct.
I mean, I'm like, and I think that.
Let me wait. Actually, let me get some of that gold dust over here.
I
here,
cannot.
Babe. Here.
Bye.
Listen, they say look up to the people that are doing it right, right?
Right? I
Right.
mean, that's the inspiration. So, I mean, what's next? I mean, sheesh, you've hit all types of surfaces. I mean, made so many histories and legacies. So, what's next for you?
Well, next is to continue the legacy, to think of different ways of differentiating ourselves, of entering new markets. Next week, we have a big exhibition called Simply Exceptional in Asia. So really going to new markets, showing our exceptional pieces, and continuing the path that our predecessors started. So we're known for the high end, we're known for the exceptional, we're known to craft the extraordinary. And my job and the job of my brothers is to continue that legacy. And we got to think of different marketing initiatives. We know, of course, Victoria's Secret was one of them. Miss Universe is another one. Coming up with now social media, we're putting on social media those videos to show what we do as a company. We show the entire journey of a diamond from rough to polished into finished jewelry. And so these are the type of things that we do to continue that legacy. And our course is very focused to stay on course and to become known, and as what we are known, but to continue to be known in that segment of the market, the very, very high end.
Keep growing. Yeah.
I love that you touched on, because if you look at the development of the company, you touch on social media because it's so, and creating those videos now, people are fascinated by how, like you see a picture and it was like, well, how did that come to be? And like, it's so great that you're tapping in now to like to that demographic, which will be the next high-end group of people, the next 1% that play that. I think that's it's a smart move.
Yeah.
I think that the reality is magazines are becoming obsolete to an extent. Everything is digital. And as a company and as a business leader, you have to adopt with the way the market is changing. And everything nowadays is really digital. Social media is a big component. And to get engagement, you're gonna have to come up with some videos. And pictures are great, but videos show a lot of engagement. You have to be smart how you create these videos. They can't be too long. Typically, a minute is the right amount of time, up to 3 minutes sometimes. People do get bored after 2.5 minutes. So it's really coming up with videos that can go...
Trying to work on my engagement, man.
Right?
That can go viral and that people talk about, and that's really, the way forward. In addition to obviously marketing yourselves differently, but digital marketing is really the way to go now in this new era.
But don't you think it's word of mouth for marketing? I mean, yeah, just like there's social media, but I feel like, when you are working with these elite customers that they're like, oh, okay, I got my jewelry from this brand. So don't you think like word of mouth is also...
I mean, definitely word of mouth is really important. Reputation is extremely important. It takes, we say in our business, 100 years to build a reputation, one day to lose it. So you have to be very cautious.
You can't have the king of Dubai calling the queen of Asia, be like, what's popping now?
That's true. So if you make a mistake, the word goes on very quickly. So you have to be very cautious to really build that reputation as a top jeweler who provides great value to their customers, who provide very exceptional pieces. And so clearly, yes, they do talk among each other. Sometimes they get jealous. Where you get this from? I want to get it too.
For you.
I want something bigger. So definitely word of mouth is one component.
And privacy too, because I'm sure like a lot of these people want to, and maybe the people wearing them don't want to like show them off, but it's in terms of like money and the fiscal side of things, I'm sure you provide a service that's a safety net there where people
So-
can feel, confident in that.
So 100% privacy is extremely important. We never disclose who our customers are. We don't disclose what they buy, who they buy for, who they gift, even though sometimes we know the information. So that's something that you have to be very cautious about because they don't want to know how much they pay, people paid for it. So it's definitely one big component. Secrecy is a
Yeah.
big component
It's like a
in our
mafia of
business.
jewelry.
Right. Okay, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit and have a little fun right now. So,
Just get your questions.
got some questions. We've gotten down to business. Now we're gonna
ready.
spice it up a little bit and make it a little exciting.
What you got, girl?
All right. Let's see. What is the most interesting thing you have in your wallet?
So I have a friend who works in law enforcement, and so he gave me a friend's badge of law enforcement. That's something I keep in my wallet, and it's something that could be useful in case I get it.
Like a friend's
stopped.
house?
Like, yeah, like when you get pulled over, do you just be like,
I haven't used it, but they typically tell you can keep whatever your ID or driver's license in it, and you can always pull it out. It shows friends of FBI, and so sometimes I'm not saying it's useful, but it could be. So that's something that's interesting that not many people have in their wallets.
That's it.
that's
That's a damn good one.
I
I'm did not expect that. It was like a quarter or something.
right. That's what happens when you're elite. I mean, you're part of that 1%.
Listen, I'm trying to be elite, honey. Give me that.
too.
I'm trying to be elite.
elite too, Just trying, working hard on it.
All right, I'm trying because I feel like you can't match that one. I'm like, what? All right, manly man. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Not long at all. 15 minutes. I jump in the shower. I don't shave every day, every other day. Brush my hair, put on my
That's
dress,
business.
depending on what it is, whether it's a suit or something casual. LA is more casual, so I'm pretty quick. I'm not someone who spends hours in the bathroom. So
Depends on if he has to go meet with the FBI friend. And he's like, what? I got to get my suit
Well, it's easy
on.
for you men because you guys just get ready real fast.
pretty
you
easy.
know? So this is super random. What supply in your house is running low? it's
It's
funny.
Not diamonds, baby, not diamonds.
exactly. I do travel quite a bit for work, so I would probably say groceries. Sometimes I do run low. I like to eat healthy. I like to have organic, so they don't last very long. So I would say probably the groceries. I try to replenish every few days, but as of this morning, I would say groceries are not really big in my fridge.
Me either. Milk.
Postmates.
That's true. That's true. All right. Is there any?
Well, yeah, I have one for you because
Let's go off script. We're going off script.
Well, not really. It's what is the thing that makes you the most afraid?
The thing that makes me most afraid.
Let me just sip quickly.
Spill that tea
I'm
now,
allowed- I'm allowed
Pascal.
I would say losing loved ones. I'm currently, unfortunately, going through. My aunt is at the hospital. She's probably a few days away from passing. So for me, losing people that I really care about, I really love, is what probably makes me most afraid of. Because once they're gone, and you suffer a loss.
Yeah.
I would back that up and say, yeah, 100%. You can never be prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
Never be prepared for something like
So
that.
it's a scary thought.
It is.
But it's part of life.
It's part of life.
And at some point, hopefully, we all meet again. But until
Wearing
then,
diamond encrusted bras, baby.
right? And on that note, I think we need to take a little cheers.
Thank you so much for stopping
Yes.
by, my
Thank
friend.
you. Thank you.
Hopefully,
Thank you.
one day
Thank you,
I'll be
Matt.
able
Thank
to be in that elite
Of
level where
At the Amphar Gala? Yes, honey.
Okay,
That's
I
what
would,
my
I would,
goal
I would
is
love
for-
to have both of you in one of our shows for sure.
yes. And it's not if, it's when. How about that?
And
right
Mama,
there?
Mama,
good.
Mama would take a nice collar situation.
Sounds good.
So for everyone who's living under a rock, go ahead. I want you to plug your social
gonna-
media, where they can find you at. Plug the diamonds, the whole nine pow.
So social media is my name at Pascal Mouawad. The company social media is at Mouawad Jewelry, and these are probably the best two to
Yeah.
connect with.
Hit
The idea.
him there, get the info, follow. It's fascinating
Yeah.
stuff.
You guys can follow me across the board at Ariane Andrew, and this little nugget here at Glitty Glit. She's not out
She's
there.
out. You can follow me at Matt Dillon 1983. It's Mama 2011, and as we say,
And until next time on Sippin' the Tea, we'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Mom.
brother.
Thank you.
Thank you
Right
so much for
on.
coming
Appreciate
on
it. Thank you for
board and
inviting
sharing
me.
your story.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got the wrong number. Click.